So hi, it's end of the Saturday in April. In fact, it was only last weekend. Dave and himself were at Bradgate Park up in Leicestershire, and it was a scorcher. I don't know if you saw my previous video. It's a bit of a scorcher, very hot, and had to put on sun cream and a hat and sunglasses. And today, a week later, here we are, back to near enough winter, and it's April, so the weather's changing an awful lot at the moment, and been a bit of a pain, but yeah, there you go, that's the way it is, isn't it? You just go out and do what you have to do. So I've come here to Lyveden New Bield, I think it's pronounced, and I am literally on my doorstep. I live between, well, I live in a place called Earthlinborough, which is in Northamptonshire, and it's literally half an hour away from where I live is this place, Lyveden New Bield, and hopefully you can see the building over there. Now, I've come here once before. It was last year, and the weather again was pretty atrocious, but at that day I actually forgot to bring my tripod as well, so I didn't have a very good time at all. So I did a video, but I never put it up because basically it was hopeless. So I'm taking a picture of the place over here. Now, this is an old place. I can't remember, it goes back hundreds of years, and it was never actually completed, so it looks like it's fallen derelict. You know, if it was once lived in and then was derelict, but it was never lived in, it was never finished. And there's places, videos on the internet all about this place. It's quite an interesting story to it, but I won't bore you with it because that's not what I'm here for. So I'm going to take a shot from here. Now, I like it because I've got the water leading round as a bit of a leading line. Then it goes obviously towards the building, so hopefully that will capture the eye to go towards the building in the shot. So I'm going to see how I got on with that one. Again, it'll be bracketing these 5 shots, so 2 under, 1 on, 2 over. But I think with the weather today, I might actually be going black and white on all of these. Obviously, when I take the images, I take them in raw, so they always come out colour, even if you set the camera to be in black and white. So the images that you see on the back of the screen are black and white. The raw image still captures everything, and then obviously in Photoshop you just make it black and white if you want to. So there's a couple of birds flying up there as well. I don't know if you can see them. There's a couple of birds flying around. So we'll see what we get from this one. Okay, so I've come further out from where I was a minute ago. I was literally just over there, and I was going to go straight to the building, but to be honest with you, I saw this shot. I saw this bit of grassland over here, and I was attracted really by the colour of the yellow. Lots of yellow flowers, I'm sure you can see them. And it's a very drab day, so I thought I'd come round here and use these flowers really to get a bit of brightness, a bit of colour into the picture. Again, it doesn't matter if I go black and white, but if I do stay colour, then I want to have that colour in there as well. I just see some people walk around there, so that doesn't matter, I can wait for a second. But the idea of this shot, if I just come around and put my camera into live view, you can see here, there we go. The idea of this one is I want to really use a tree on the right hand side as a bit of a frame, or to help frame the picture up a bit, not too much negative space in there, and then have the building as you can see on the left hand side. And like I say, there's not a lot of colour really in the sky. It's all very grey, very overcast. It's raining even now, very light rain. You might see it coming onto the back of my camera there, a few spots. I've actually put the lens hood on as well, just to not to stop any flares, but to try and stop any raindrops getting onto the lens. But it's one of those things, you're going to get that if you go out in this sort of weather. So if I turn that off, we'll wait for those people just go behind that building there, then hopefully be able to sneak a quick shot in. Well, I say shot, get the 5 because I'm bracketing still. So there we go. Could have been timed better, could it? So there we go, there's 5 shots. If we have a look, there's the first one. As always, I'll have a quick look as they go through just to make sure there's nothing untoward. There we go, I've got the 5 shots there. And I don't know how that one's going to turn out. It might be a good one, might be a bit rough, but so with all these things, you know, you just click away and you see what you get, you know, when you get home. So hopefully they'll turn up all right. There's some geese over there making a hell of a noise while I'm trying to record, so I sort of have to wait for them to be quiet as well. So I'm battling the elements today. I've got the weather, I've got geese and wet underfoot, but as I say, never mind, you know. Let's just crack on. Okay, so I've come around a little bit more from where we were just a second ago. Still in that field, lots of yellow flowers, and I've noticed today I'm sort of like working my way around this building, finding shots to take. But I'm usually, when I'm doing my photography, I tend to be quite close to things, and it makes a nice change actually to be well away from the subject that I want to photograph. And I was talking about negative space earlier on. I wanted a bit of negative space, but not too much of it. And I'm sort of like seeing that's what I'm getting today. I've come down low as well because I want to get more of these yellow flowers because they are bringing a nice contrast into the image. So that's really nice. I've also noticed as well that I seem to be concentrating more these days on doing bracketing. I'm not using filters at all, or very rarely using filters. And today I think if I try to use a filter, and I've used a gradient here today, then with the amount of rain that's coming down, it's very fine, but there's quite a bit of it. If you have a filter in there, it's going to get pretty wet and have a lot of water spots all over it. So I'm not using one purely for that reason alone, really. But the bracketing gives me all the detail that I want, that I think that a filter would give me. So you know, I think I'm finding my own genre really, which is bracketing, doing HDR, but hopefully not over the top. I know people don't like over HDR imaged, if you understand what I mean. That's the thing, you seem to be learning all the time, or I am certainly learning all the time as I'm doing my photography. I've been doing it for about 10 years now, but I've got more into it in the last 2-3 years. So yeah, I should carry on going around this building, taking my images and seeing what I get. But it is a dreadful day today. I am cold. I've got a coat in my bag which I'm refusing to put on because I'm trying to force summer onto us. So I'm doing it for you guys. I'm getting cold, but I'm doing it for you. Well, I'm about done for today. It's not been too bad a day. A bit overcast, as I said earlier on, a bit cold and the rain, but it's been fun. I've got out, I've done some photography for a change. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today. It's been a bit short, I know, but at least we've been out and about, we've had a look, haven't we? So until next time, thanks for joining me today. If you've enjoyed the video, please subscribe and please leave a comment. I do enjoy reading your comments and answering them. So until next time, thanks a lot, and I'll see you again. Bye.